Good morning, Food Doc here. It's about 6:30 in the morning. Everyone's still asleep, and it's really my favorite time of the day on the weekend. Today I thought I'd share with you my thoughts about making the perfect omelet. I spent a lot of time, a lot of experimentation, a lot of watching other people make omelets, and I found there's a couple of things. First of all, everybody has a different way of doing it, and probably that means there's no one way that's the single best way. So that gives you the liberty to try the way that works best for you. Today I'm going to share with you what my favorite way of doing it is. And again, you're trying to make it so that it's something you enjoy eating as much as you enjoy cooking. The secret ingredients that I found that are really important is you got to have a really good omelet pan. And this is one of these no stick ceramic coated pans that you get at the Walmart. It's not an expensive pan. This is a 3-egg omelet pan, which is probably more eggs than I usually like to use unless my wife and I are going to split it. I have here very simple vegetables for today. I've got some pepper and onions and a piece of cheddar cheese. And again, I like to use butter. To me, butter is really key. I've tried making omelets with spray pan stuff. It just doesn't work as well as butter. And again, I don't have a great deal of butter here. It's not even a half a teaspoon. It's really just enough to coat the pan when you actually put the egg in there. The other important thing is temperature probe, and this is really a laser guided surface temperature. Doesn't look at inside of meat, for example, but it can tell you the heat of oil as you're getting ready to prepare it. And also it's important for me that I understand the temperature of the pan before I put the egg in there for the omelet. For me, the right temperature is about 275 degrees, less than 300 degrees. If you get around 350, then your omelet gets that brown, kind of crunchy outside. Some people like it. I do not. It's basically denatured protein that has a kind of a high sulfur flavor for me. Some people like it. I don't. And so you want to get the omelet pan warm enough to cook the egg through, but not so hot that it actually either burns the butter or it burns the outside of the omelet. Obviously, the other key ingredient are your eggs. I'm using 3 eggs here. I don't do anything fancy with a whisk or milk or water or anything fancy. I just like to take my eggs and whip them up, so they're thoroughly mixed up, and I just use a regular fork, nothing fancy. Okay, let's go to the stove. I'm going to put my pan here. This is my omelet pan. I'm going to turn my stove on just below medium heat, and we're going to wait till the temperature gets to about 275 before we put the egg in. So according to my laser temperature probe, the surface temperature of the pan is about 284 degrees, which is good to go. So now we're going to put our butter in. Again, the butter is really just to keep the egg from sticking to the pan and give it a little bit of flavor. Again, I rather use butter than spray stuff. Again, that's just my personal preference. You want to get the butter spread around the pan. Again, this is going to help your egg cook without overcooking. So at this point, I'm going to put my eggs in. And sprinkle in my veggies. Pepper, salt. Now we wait till the egg starts setting up. Sometimes I put my vegetables into the butter before I put the egg in, particularly if I'm going to be using mushrooms. Again, when you put them in like I did now, they're crispier and more flavor. If you put them in earlier, you get them kind of soft. And if I'm going to use something with meat or something like that, I might add that before I put the egg in to let the vegetables cook through. So now it's just a matter of time of letting the egg get the proper temperature inside. And you can see it's still very loose. I like to do the flip where I move the egg to the front. There you go. So it's pretty much done on the inside. Just lay it on the plate. Alrighty, now we have our egg ready. Take a bite. Nice and fluffy. Like making my own omelet. Enjoy.